Welcome in, y'all. John here, staff software engineer, 10 plus years of experience. I'm the lead maintainer of the open source and free Latterly.io, where you can go sign up right now and join the Discord community. Grow your social and professional network, hundreds of people over there, join for free. And Latterly will help you learn to code and land your first or next programming role, and also boost your soft skills, professional skills, even if you're not in tech. Communication, leadership, influence, stuff like this. When it comes to a programming job, interview prep, LeetCode is a big return on investment. It's not required. You can get a programming role without doing any LeetCode, but getting skill with LeetCode will help you access FANG roles, Tier 1 roles, the highest compensation roles, as well as even for Tier 2 and Tier 3, it will significantly boost your first round interview to offer rate. And in theory, what I'm doing right now is auditing NeetCode to help build the Latterly 300. So the Latterly 300 is a new expansive list of practice problems, which is being developed based on the research from interviewing.io, which shows that serious diminishing marginal return to practice doesn't kick in until you hit 500 questions, which was news to me. I thought, 1 or 200 would be good. I thought 200 was plenty. And it is. There's plenty of people in FANG that have only done 1 or 200 questions. But it turns out that doing more is a significantly good use of your time. Latterly is all about taking an economic lens to the job search and thinking through the job search as an investment. And so what's the best return on investment to our time and effort? Where's the leverage? Believe it or not, scaling all the way up to 500 can be a good idea. If you select problem types strategically, you can get a 500 equivalent in a package of 300. So even more gain in efficiency. And that's why the Latterly 300 is being developed. Really, the other ones after that are kind of jokes, basically. I really don't recommend the 420 and the 690. These are basically jokes. So there are some people out there that LeetCode is just fun for them, and it gives them bragging rights and stuff like that. So that's why these even larger sets have been created. But really, the ones that I recommend are going to be 300. That's really the one I recommend. If you want to do more, these other options are available, but you're going to be getting into diminishing returns. User says, you're still talking about FANG. Hey, I'll quit when they quit. I'll quit when they quit. People love this content, so I'm going to keep making it. Thanks for being here. Whatever channel you're on, welcome in. Consider throwing some likes on the video, and let's get started. So anyway, as I said earlier, in theory, I'm auditing NeetCode to see if they're a good fit for inclusion in the Latterly 300, but practically, I already know the answer is yes. I've done enough of these NeetCode problems that it's good. It's good. Well, let's go do some of these 2-pointers anyway. So let's do valid palindrome. A phrase is a palindrome if, after converting all uppercase letters into lowercase and removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it reads the same forward and backward. Wow, okay. So we want to convert all uppercase letters into lowercase and remove all alphanumeric characters. Given a string S, let's return true if it is a valid palindrome, false otherwise. So the easy thing to do here would be to downcase it, filter everything that's not a letter, and then in a separate string, have a second copy, which is the reversal, and then see if they're equal, right? That would be the easy solution. That would be the easy solution. And that will take O of n memory. That will take O of n memory, where n is the length of S. Is there a way to do this without O of n memory? So if I use 2 pointers, I can have a pointer to the middle, and then if the middle to the end is the same as the start to the middle, that is a palindrome. The problem is, doing this, I need to filter S. So I believe O of 1 memory is only possible if we're allowed to mutate S in place. If we're allowed to mutate S in place. And I don't think you can do that with a string. Well, you can reassign it. You can reassign S. Wow. Yeah, so I guess it is possible if we reassign S to do this in constant memory. It's just a pain. It's just a pain. All right, so let's try it. Let's try to do this with constant memory. Thanks for the like. Consider throwing some other likes on the video. That'll help the algorithm send the video around so other people can learn. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to split it. And that'll turn it into a list. Let's just make sure that that syntax works. Empty separator. Yeah. A man. Why did man come out as 1? Because it's splitting on a space. Let's do this. Convert it to a list this way. Yeah. Then we will say S equals lower of S for, let's say, lower of prev for prev in S. Lower is not defined that way, so is it dot lower? Yeah. Now I need to filter. I don't know of a concise way to do this. I can make the set that's like A, B, C, and so on. I think maybe a smarter way to do this is ORD. So char range, I'll call this first char IDX equals ORD of A. And I'll say last char IDX is ORD of Z. And I think between them is all the characters, if I'm not mistaken. So S equals letter for letter in S. How do I filter this? If ORD letter and put that all in parentheses and see if we're eliminating the spaces. Hey, that worked. Not gonna lie, I'm actually surprised that worked. Not gonna lie, dude. I'm actually surprised that worked. Okay. So, initial IDX equals 0. and midpoint equals length of S. We'll do the floor division and cut it in half and then floor it. So if I have 3, it'll go 1.5 and floor it down to 1, which is the middle on a 0 index. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. So for I and range lane midpoint, let's see. I want to go from the midpoint to the end. So range midpoint to length S minus 1. So that'll go from midpoint to the end. We can do a step of 1. I don't think I need to say that step of 1 thing. Here, let me just print SI. And what do I want to get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the floor mid would be 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so what I want to see, I want to print CNLPNM. CNLPNN. CNLPN. Let's go. Now, I think I missed a letter. Oh, and I'm also filtering the A's, which is not good. So let's do less than or equal. Less than or equal. And then we'll get rid of that constraint there. Cool. So now, oh, and then I got 1. What's the last letter? I do want to see that A. I want to see that last A. There we go. We got the last A. Okay. Think it's looking good. What do you think, chat? Dub in the chat, huh? Oh, did I lose my chat? I can see TikTok, but where's everybody else? Okay, I guess there's no one on YouTube right now. I guess that's what I'm seeing. YouTube, if you're on YouTube, drop a comment. Or otherwise, I'm just not seeing it. Okay, so I'm going to return false if they don't match. And if they match every time, then we'll eventually return true down here. Okay, so what's the false condition? If S of I does not equal foo, return false. Now what is foo? So let's say left char and right char. So right char is S of I because it's going from the midpoint out. It's going from the midpoint out. So if left char is not equal to right char, then we're going to return false. Now, what about the case, so what is the left char? Left char should be going from 0 to midpoint. I guess it's just I minus midpoint. It's just a fixed offset, yeah? I think that's right. So what's wrong here? If I floor divide 3 by 2, then I get 1. And so I'm doing 1 minus 1, which would be 0, right? I think that's right. Left IDX equals I minus midpoint. Let me print my left. Print left IDX. So I want the first entry to be 0. Yeah, the first entry is 0, but it only prints it once, huh? Liquid Flame, what up? Welcome in. Why is it only printing one? Am I iterating incorrectly or something? What if I just say in range midpoint? In range midpoint. So then in this case, the left IDX would be midpoint and the right IDX would be midpoint plus I. This would be I. So I should see 0, 1. I just see 0. Oh, because it's exiting immediately. Got it, got it, got it. Got it, got it, got it. Yeah, no, I'm doing this wrong. I shouldn't be comparing the first character to the middle character. I should be comparing the middle and then moving opposite directions, or the ends and moving inward together. Okay, so literally I was just doing the calculation wrong. So what do I want to do here? Do I want to go outside in or inside out? Middle out or outside in? Yeah, we're doing 2 pointers here, Irvin. Welcome in. That's right. Throw some likes on the video if you're enjoying it so far. That'll help the algorithm send it around. Okay, so I have my initial and I have my middle. No, really I want 2 middles. You could do it either way. You could do pointers on the edges or pointers in the middle. So what if I do pointers on the edges? Then my initial index is still 1, and I don't want the midpoint. I don't want the midpoint. I want a right IDX out here, which is going to be length of S minus 1. Yeah, good. Let's rename this as left IDX. That'll be a little more intuitive. And then we'll just iterate until they cross. If they ever cross, we are at the midpoint. I don't need to actually calculate a midpoint at all. Okay, so while my left is less than my right, then yeah, we get the left character. We get the left character like this, left IDX, and then the right character is this. If they're different, we return false. And now I need to iterate. So say left IDX plus equals 1, right IDX minus equals 1. No, what'd I do? I did something wrong. Okay, so my even case. Can you code Fortnite, please? What's up, Matt? I don't know how to code Fortnite. No, that would be kind of cool. So what's up with this 0p right here? Let me go ahead and print. Is it going to show me? Let me print S. Is it going to show me what the 0p comes out as? Yeah, it filters the 0, right? As it should. Output is true. Wait, that is a palindrome. Why is it saying expected false? P is a palindrome forwards and backwards. Maybe I just misread the description. Removing all non-alphanumeric characters. Okay, so we actually want to leave the numbers in. Yeah, I just read that wrong. So I'm doing ORD. I don't know, what's greater? What's greater? So 48 is the 0, huh? Yeah. Okay. Is letter. I'll make some helper functions. And then I'll have is alphanumeric. I think I can do is not a number. In other words, it is an integer. It is an integer. Name letter is not defined. Okay, so this will be letter. Ord expected a string of length 1. But a list was found. Oh, yeah, I should pass letter, not S. My bad. Name parse int is not defined. Just cast to int. S is not defined because I should use letter. Invalid literal for int with base 10. So passing the space is yeah, I could do a try catch, but I think a better thing to do would be first numeric IDX equals ord 0. Last numeric IDX is ord 9. Cool. Got it. I can make you a Fortnite sheet. Wow, dope. Will I get famous for that? Can I pay you to do my interview at AWS? Bruh, no, dude. No, bro, no. I mean, I'll help you practice. Okay, so that was fun. All right, let's do the next one. So that was valid palindrome. Two-sum input array is sorted. The problem reads, let me do this out. I've done this problem a bunch of times. Given a one-indexed array of integers called numbers that is already sorted in non-decreasing order, let's find two numbers so that they add to a specific target. Let these numbers be called the one index of numbers and the two index of numbers, so that those indices are distinct and between or equal to 1 and the length of numbers. Addy, I've never had to use a linked list. Yeah, in real life, I've never used it. In interviews, I've gotten some linked list questions, including at AWS. We were just talking about AWS. I got asked a linked list question at AWS. And I got it right, but I didn't get the offer. So at that time, the bar was high, I guess. Sometimes being right is not enough, huh? Okay. So we want to return the two indices, not their values. We want to return the two indices as an integer array of length 2. So it's always going to have length 2. And Tests are generated so that there is exactly one solution. You may not use the same element twice. Okay, so if target is 0 and I have 2 zeros, yeah, okay. If target is 0 and I have 2 zeros, I'm good. If target is 0 and I have 1 0, I can't use that same 0 twice, right? Adi says, I know, right? Like, why are they so obsessed? I think it's just like laziness. Like, they don't want to put the time and effort into digging deep and understanding people's unique value. So they use this kind of like one size fits all approach because it's easy for them to grade. Like, literally, I think that's why they do it. It's cheaper and easier for the employer. And they can get a more consistent signal because they can train their interviewers that, hey, the question's always going to be like this. And you're always looking for these things, you know? If you do a very diverse interview approach, then it's harder to train the interviewers. And it's kind of a gamble. It's kind of risky. Like, yeah, you'll get some more talent that would otherwise go unrecognized, but you're also going to sometimes pick up candidates that you don't really want. So I think that's why they do that. And if we want to get away from LeetCode, I think there's a few solutions. One is if everybody cheats. I'm not advocating for that, but honestly, like if that keeps happening, it's increasing, and with ChatGPT, it keeps going up. And if that keeps happening, they'll have to abandon it. The other solution is if deep analysis becomes easier. And that's one that I'm actually like more happy to advocate for. So like deeply understanding candidate profiles, because we're going to LinkedIn and we're entering all the data, and now AI can read that and can actually predict your on-the-job performance better than the LeetCode interview can predict it, right? So I think when employers gain confidence in this sort of analysis, then my hope is that they'll lay off the LeetCode, but you never know. Start a pointer. I love it when the chat cheats and just gives me the answer. Start a pointer at the beginning and end if target B++ greater than target E minus. Something like that. That's in the right ballpark. The funniest part is that the better the LLMs get, the less LeetCode acts as a, I guess I'm going to fill in the answer like useful signal. Yeah, predictor of on-the-job performance. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Approach, no need to sort, 2 pointers because already sorted. Worst case, time complexity is O of n. Space complexity is constant because I just need pointers. Okay. So here, left is 0, right is the length of numbers minus 1, and then I'll say while left is less than right. Cur is what? It's the left index of numbers plus the right index of numbers. And we will say if above, else if below, else match found. Will return the indices left, right. And they're always going to be in sorted. Left will be on the left, right will be on the right, like every time, right? What does above mean? Above means cur is greater than the target, and below means that cur is less than the target. So if I have my right and left pointers, if their sum is too much, then I need to take my larger number and move it down because the list is always sorted of numbers. So I need right to decrement in that case. Make sense? Drop a dub in the chat if that makes sense. Numbers is not defined. Dang, I need to spell correctly. I thought this was a programming question. Wrong answer, boo. What did I do? Output null. While left is less than right. So left is at 0, and right is up here at length of numbers minus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So yeah, so they're initialized properly. The sum is going to be too much. The right should minus equal 1. And the right should minus equal 1. What's going on, bro? That should totally work. All right, let's print some stuff. Let's print some stuff. Oh, because I inverted the I inverted these. So if current is above, cool. Dude, what? Ah, yeah, because they want me to return the one indexed form. The one indexed form. All right, we got it. Left numbers is spelled wrong, FYI. Thanks, Mikey Bart. Cool name. Yeah, so we're good. Can also use hash map key as number and value as index. Yeah, but that would take how much space complexity? How much space complexity would that take? So that would solve the problem, but it's not optimal, right? Good call out, chat. Thanks for being here. Hope you'll follow the page. Consider typing tapping the video to give it some likes so the algorithm will send the video around and other people can learn to code as well. Another one. Let's do another one. Threesome. Uh-oh. I've done this problem a few times, so let me wipe out the solution. All right. So given an integer array called nums, let's return all of the triplets. Notice in this case, we're returning the values. I of nums, j of nums, k of nums. We're returning the values, not the indices. Bandit, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's return all of the triplets, all of them. There could be multiple. Let's return all of the triplets so that I, j, k are distinct and they sum to 0. So we're not getting like a bunch of weird targets. The target is always 0 across the triplet. Notice the solution set must not contain duplicate triplets. All right, so let's say results is a set. Add tuples to avoid duplicate triplets. So that's how we will solve. Notice the solution set must not contain duplicate triplets. Now we have some different options here. Approach wrap to sum in O of n wrapper. Okay, so for to sum, we can do an O of n with no sort. And the space complexity will also be O of n, right? Or with to sum with sort, it's going to be O of n log n. Space complexity is O of 1. That's the one we just did a second ago, right? How do I print goodbye world? Check it out. Print goodbye world. There you go. And so that's rough, bro. You don't need to say goodbye world. You can say hello Discord. You can join the Latterly community for free. Under the community drop down, join the Discord, and we'll take care of you, bro. No need for that crazy talk, dude. Thanks for being here. Hope you'll throw some likes on the video. Is there still demand for junior SWE who have zero background in tech? Yes, there is. Check this out. And there wasn't last year, but we're back now. So check out TrueUp Data. How am I doing, Tina?
Oh, you're fine. Can I just use your AirPods?
Sure. So look at these open jobs. You see how there was a crash and everyone freaked out, but now we're actually on a steady uptrend. We're actually on a steady uptrend. We're 30% plus up from the low. All right. And when you talk about early, like junior SWE, early career, this is new. This wasn't true 6 months ago. Okay. Let's look at level of seniority. You see that? Entry and mid is back. Not only is it there, it's greater than all other categories combined. Martin, thank you for the heart. Kenny, thanks for the follow. Ansel says I'm just playing. Okay, all right. You're gonna make me call like urgent care or something. So the opportunity is back. The opportunity is back. And this is new. This is new. Only in the past, really since the Fed started cutting rate and since the resolution of the election, has this resuscitated. I'm a complete beginner to tech. Yeah, come over to Latterly. It's beginner friendly. Help you learn to code and land your first or next job. Helps you build your initial portfolio. Social network, interview prep, onboard to LeetCode. Really beginner friendly onboarding. If you want to get started with LeetCode, if you've never done a single LeetCode problem ever, that's fine. Latterly actually has the best onboarding program with just 12 problems. So the standard kata, you can read how to do it here, just 12 problems. And if you do a couple problems a day, then it'll take you a week to get through this kata. If I were to sign up, what's the difference between free and premium? So let me show you. I think I have premium on my account, so I can just show it to you. Screenshot it if you're quick. Here's the advanced checklist. This is the difference currently. The difference is the advanced checklist. The secret difference is that I am trying to get premium good. And so you get free meetings with me. That's the secret difference. I really encourage you to try to use the reimbursement request letter. I would love you to be able to get premium for $0 out of your pocket. Have your employers pay for it using the training budget, okay? And if you do sign up for premium, DM me and we can do some free one-on-ones because I want to make premium as good as possible for you. So I need your feedback. Where should I focus next? Do we want to keep making LeetCode easier? Or do we want to do something like behavioral anecdotes and the STAR method and create a tool that helps you create those? So there's a lot of options on the table. But the main thing is that it has all of those checklist items, which will improve your job search performance, your application to interview ratio, and then your interview to job offer ratio, and then among your job offers, your expected compensation level. Thanks for the question. Drop some likes in the chat. Hope you're enjoying the video. Let's get back to some LeetCode. Okay. So the trick, the interesting thing to note is we could do two-sum no sort or two-sum with sort, but when we wrap it in O of n, they're both going to end up O n squared. Do you see that? Because O n squared log n, the square is dominant, so it just becomes O n squared. And so no sort is actually not faster. We can almost sort for free. We can sort for free. And if we go for the with sort, then we get the optimal space complexity. So actually sorting here is going to be ideal. So let's do nums.sort. I always forget if it's sort or sorted in Python, but we'll print it and let's print nums. We'll print it and see. Because we can see example 1 minus 1. Yeah, they're out of order. So literally if we just print them, now they're sorted. So we're good. And so I will say, I will make far left. Voting for Bernie out here, y'all. We're on the far left. While far left is less than length of nums, the complement is, it's the opposite of the far left index of nums. Because that way they'll add to 0, right? So then two-sum with complement as target. We'll call that, and then we will fast forward dupes. And then we will return results. So we're going to need to make a two-sum. We'll need to pass in nums. We'll need to pass in results. We'll need to pass in far left. And then left, we only want to look inside that window between the far left and the remainder. We don't want to keep re-inspecting those same ones, right? So left is far left plus 1, and right is still the length of nums minus 1. That's still the right boundary. We'll do while left is less than right. This is the two-sum we just did. Take left of nums plus right of nums if above, elif below, else. Match found, append tuple, result. And so here we'll take results and we'll add a tuple. And I'll call this ordered tuple. Ordered tuple, just extracting that for readability, not technically needed. So the values that go here will be far left, left, and right. It's always in order that way. But we don't want to put the indices, we want to put the values. So we'll pick them off of nums. Pick them off of nums, and then we will to do fast forward dupes. Cool, so this is the structure of the solution. Now we just need to go fill out those to-dos. I haven't found a entry level yet with my newest cybersecurity degree. Which steps should I take? Look, cybersecurity is hard. Check out Indeed.com. There just aren't that many jobs. Cybersecurity is a niche. Cybersecurity in the United States. Now, are you open to relocate? If you're open to relocate, you're going to 10x your job opportunities, okay? So look, we got 21K jobs, and that's cool. Yes, open to relocate. Okay. So you really haven't found an entry-level role? I mean, here's a bunch of them, right? What do you mean you haven't found them? This is 25. That's kind of rough. I think your big solution is going to be that you should be looking at mid-level as well. You should be looking at mid-level as well. 5+, ooh, that's tough. Lead, nope, we're not going to do that, right? What about network engineer? Five years, yep, rough. 5+, yeah, everyone wants experience, don't they? This is rough. IT generalist. 3 to 5 years of experience. So do you have any years of experience, JP? Look, I gotta tell you, dude, I would probably bail on cybersecurity and I would go programming. That's what I would do. Elias says, Jay, you need to network. 100% true. You have to be networking. They all require experience. Yep. Yeah, it looks like it, right? It looks like it. So, well, there were 25, but good luck getting those, right? So I'll tell you what I would do if I'm in your shoes is I would sign up at Latterly and go through the full stack development program and grow your skill set to include front end, back end, full stack. And you can keep applying to security roles while you do that, right? But you're really going to open up your job opportunities by augmenting your skill set outside of cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a niche. And one of the reasons that there's an over-representation of experience requirement is because in specialized roles, we typically expect experience. So you're supposed to start general and specialize later. And that's one of the reasons that diving straight into cybersecurity is really, really hard early career. Social networking could be your workaround. Getting some certifications, getting with a third-party agency recruiter who will advocate for you. Those could be some tools in your tool chest. But I would add this other tool, which is I would just go learn front end, back end, and full stack as well. Here's one of the cool things about learning front end, back end, and full stack. It's going to take some time. And if you keep doing security projects, and you can add security projects to your GitHub. So you can actually do certifications and portfolio projects for cybersecurity, okay? And while you're learning other skills, you can keep counting that experience. So if it takes you 6 months to learn full stack, you're gonna have a year of cybersecurity at that point. Hope that helps. Thanks for the question. Hey chat, consider liking the video and then check my bio and follow me on YouTube. all of these streams are saved and persisted to YouTube. You can also sign up for free at latterly.io. Join the Discord. We'll do some of that social networking that's so vital. Get you taken care of. All right, let's fill in these to-dos. So above means that cur is greater than target. And when it's above, we want to decrement the right. When it's below, we want to increment the left. Below means that cur is less than target. Okay? So we're modifying our pointers correctly. In this case, we want to fast forward dupes. I could perturb left or right. Either one is fine, but I will arbitrarily select to perturb left just because it's consistent with our whole mental model for this problem of scanning left to right. Okay? So I'm going to say while the left index of nums is equal to left value. Let me calculate left value before I start doing this. So it's guaranteed to hit once, but then left will be changing. Is it going to hit again? So we're fast forwarding on the left. And I want to check two conditions. I want to check one, is the value different? If not, if it's the same value, let's skip it because we already have the unique tuple. But if the value is different, that's still not good enough. I need to make sure that we haven't violated our boundary condition. Cool. TwoSum looks complete. Now let's call it. And let's make the order of these right. Oh, I need to pass in the target. Okay, so the order of the arguments is nums, results, far left, target. And target here is called complement. Is it complement or is it the opposite of the complement? So here, my far left is going to point at, it's going to point at the -4, right? My far left is pointing at the -4, so my complement will be 4. And so 4 becomes the target, the literal target. Yeah, that's correct. Good. Then we'll do a similar while over here. So we'll say while. Here we're going to use the complement as the cache, the value to bust. So while this is equal to the complement, we will skip. But we also want to make sure our boundary condition is intact. Okay, so I still got a list index out of range. I think I need to do -1 on that. Now, it's not a valid value for the expected return type of a list of integers. Okay, can I do cast results to a list? Cool, that works. Got him. Hey chat, thanks for being here. Elias is talking with Jay. So Jay says, no return offer. A couple of friends that I made there said other people didn't receive anything. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. If you have Tesla experience, I can help you check your resume. Let me give you one tip on the resume. So I have this open source My Resume tool. Vanderveer/My Resume. All right, so you can check out this open source My Resume tool, and it will help you provide a version of the resume that's ATS friendly. And let me show you an ATS that you can test on. So Indeed Resume Scan. So check out this instant resume scan. Get an instant scan. You should be using a PDF, right? Make sure it's a PDF form, and when you upload it, try to keep that resume to 1 page. And when you upload it, it needs to be able to tell your years of experience and your education. It needs to be able to parse and find those. Sometimes if you have just a messed up resume, it won't even be able to parse it, and that's a reason you get filtered sometimes. Hey, chat, thanks so much.